Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Demon Slayer. Last time we finished up the Entertainment District arc with No Matter How Many Lives. Where yes, we finished that up. They were able to decapitate Daki and Shaggy. And then Shaggy's body exploded. Luckily Nezuko burned away all of the explosion so that it didn't hurt anybody. And then we got the backstory of Daki and Shaggy, which... yes, is tragic. It's always the same thing with these demons, where it's like, you know, it's tragic. The demons themselves are a tragedy, but at the same time, yeah, they're going to hell, and that's just that. And yeah, so and then we learned that Nezuko basically can cancel out demon abilities. That's basically her blood demon art. Like, you would like. Looking back on it, it makes sense. It's just that the fact that it's always fire, my brain is always like, oh, it's something fire specific. And it's like, well, no, that's just how it manifests. But it's specifically to counter blood demon arts, because she can counter the poison. Saved everybody. So yeah, everyone made it out alive. And with... not fatal injuries. The only one who kind of got hit the worst, honestly, I would say, is Uzui, who lost an eye and a hand, but he managed to walk away, which is better than sometimes we've had. And yeah, he is going to retire, and that was it. We didn't really get a tease for what we're doing next, but I see here on Crunchyroll that this is called the Swordsmith Village arc, so that's pretty interesting. It is the first episode of the season, so if you want to watch my full unedited reaction to this episode of Demon Slayer, you can for free. Normally I put this on my Patreon page for $5, but if you want to watch my unedited reaction, just head down in the description or into the pinned comment. It'll be just below the normal edited reaction link, so it'll say watch the full-length reaction here. There's no show footage, because I can't give you the show footage. That is illegal in basically every country on Earth. So what you got to do is just sync up your copy of this episode of Demon Slayer to my footage. It's easy as can be. I'm watching this here on Crunchyroll, but I'm sure you can find it elsewhere. Like Netflix. That's a completely legal place that you can get that. Not other places. I'm not implying that. Anyway. But yeah. But we might as well get right into Season 3, Episode 1, because I see here it's another 50-minute episode, so we've got work to do. So, let's just go ahead and jump right into Demon Slayer, the Swordsmith Village Arc, Episode 1. Here we go. Oh boy. Oh. I have so many questions. What is he? What is Upper One? Is he really Tanjiro's father? But I mean, it's not a thing. I mean, I don't know, like, but he's not, clearly. Maybe it's like Piccolo? Hear me out. Maybe it's like Piccolo, where Kami... This is going back to Dragon Ball, by the way, not Dragon Ball Z. I mean, it already had happened by Dragon Ball Z, but... Anyway, the backstory with Kami is that he cast all of the evil out of his body, and then it became King Piccolo, which eventually King Piccolo created an egg, which became the Piccolo we see at the end of Dragon Ball, in the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament, and in Dragon Ball Z, and from then on, basically. This would be weird. Could it be that this man... this doesn't make sense. Cast his goodness into the man who looked exactly like Tanjiro, thus making him look like him and not Tanjiro, And then the rest, what was left of him, became a demon. This doesn't make any sense. No, this doesn't make any sense. I have no idea. Because we've seen flashbacks. We've seen flashbacks to Tanjiro's dad, and that's what he looked like. That's what Tanjiro remembers. That's what Nezuko remembers, I think. That's how he appeared to Tanjiro in the dream during the Mugen Train. Now, okay, maybe it's some weird lineage thing. I bumped the table, sorry. Maybe it's some weird lineage thing. Because, I mean, we already have established, that Muzan is related to the Master, But why would Tanjiro's father look like that guy? But then, unless it's a weird, and it's weird, unless it's a weird thing, because we saw the flashback, too, of this guy facing Muzan. Those are Muzan's memories that Daki remembered. But now he's Upper One, the second demon to Muzan Kibutsuji himself. And he is a demon slayer, clearly who is in the sunlight. And Tanjiro's father. See, that's the weird thing, too, is they looked so similar already, Like, I never doubted that he was his father, because they honestly, I look at them and I'm like, yep, that looks like Tanjiro, They look like, they don't look exactly alike, but what father and son look exactly alike? Tanjiro and his real dad, apparently. But that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense. Please, for the love of God, please give the answer this season. Please give me the answer in this season, because there's no season 4 yet. This is the most recent season, and now we're on a timer. We've only got 10 more episodes left of Demon Slayer until I'm caught up. Please, for the love of God, as I sit here squeaking my chair, please, for the love of God, tell me this season. I'm so confused. Okay. And see, maybe it is something like Piccolo, where it's like maybe he cast away all of his darkness and that became a demon. Because Muzan did say that, you're falling in order of how much humanity you have left, So that's why, Between Rui, I guess it makes sense of Rui, because Rui wanted to keep that family connection, as horrible as he was, he tried to keep that. He wanted to take it, basically. And then Enmu, I don't know how much humanity was left in Enmu, but I don't know. But I guess with Shaggy, Gyutaro, I guess it's a thing of because he had the connection with his sister, that was the remainder of his humanity. And now, so we have, what was it? Upper 5 is the weird jar sperm man thing. 4 is the creepy one. 3 is Akaza. 2 is 2, who was the former Upper 6. 2, who was the former Upper 6, rose through the ranks to get to Upper 2. He's crazy. Honestly, he just kind of looks like Enmu again, And then Upper 1, who basically, it seems like there's nothing of him left, I find it amazing that Akaza is kind of the outlier among the upper ranks. Like, he's a guy, you know? Like, he is a guy, he loves fighting, and he specifically is all about, fist fighting, you know? Whereas everyone else has their weird, has weird stuff that they do. He is a guy who likes to fight. He is, he's honestly, he's like a Dragon Ball bro, you know? He's just jacked. He goes to the gym a lot, and he is ready for a fight. He's literally ready to throw hands, And somehow he's the outlier of them all. When you look at all of them, including Gyutaro, like, it's just, it's so weird. But I did like, I mean, I really enjoy that every season, basically, every arc is now opening with Muzan just being disappointed, Like, that's just kind of funny. Like, it kind of started that, even though it was the end of season 1, but we started that before the Mugen Train arc of, dealing with all the lower ranks. Then, you had him dealing with Akaza Akaza, he did kill Rengoku, but that was not impressive to Muzan. And then now, all of them getting chewed out because Gyutaro died. I can't believe it took me all season to learn how to say Gyutaro, I don't know, Shaggy was funnier. So yeah, it's just, I don't know, I just kind of like that every season just starts that way. It's just kind of funny. But yeah, that, I did enjoy that. Which is the first time in a while we've seen him just as him. I guess when he showed up to Daki, he was pretty much him. But I did like that because, we've seen him, like, when he talked to Akaza, he was a kid. When he talked to all the lower ranks, he was a woman. And he just keeps these disguises going for some reason. He's clearly doing something. I feel like we got a lot of good lore on Muzan in that scene, He really does feel like... He kind of feels like Dracula, especially like the Castlevania Dracula. Like, he's a man of science, And I guess it makes sense because it's one of those things of like... it's a question we don't have answered yet, is how did Muzan Kibutsuji become the first demon, How did he do that? And I'm thinking it's some sort of, like, scientific thing, Not necessarily like a mystical thing? I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe it's a mix of both, but he definitely seems to be a man of science, and I don't know, like, because you look at it and it's like, okay, so what does he need to accomplish, What would his goal be now? And the main thing is the eradication of the Demon Slayers, because if they're gone, then there is no one to threaten him, Because no demon can threaten him. So there's that. But aside from the Demon Slayers, what's the one thing that can hurt him? The sun? Is he working on that? I mean, this is starting to go a little battle tendency right here, He needs to find the Red Stone of Asia in order to conquer the sun and become perfect Muzan, That could be interesting. I don't know. And if that's the case, maybe that's why, he needs this... Because at the beginning of last arc, when he was chewing out Akaza, he was in his child form, but it was a thing of, like... he's there at that family, and it's like a very rich family with some sort of company. I can't remember what it was about, but maybe that's him. Maybe he is looking for a way to conquer the sun, because that's the last, aside from, the sword of a demon slayer, that's the only thing that can kill him, Maybe, I don't know. But I like how he says, he hates change, He hates change, and just any sort of a change. And honestly, that makes sense, because what is human life if not change? Everything about a human life changes. And he's canceled all of that out by being a demon. He's basically cracked immortality by becoming a demon, you know? So that makes sense, honestly. He doesn't want any change. He can't have any change because any change is a threat to him, you know? So I really enjoyed that. That was a really good talk. So, but what's going on with the whole Tanjiro's dad thing? Oh, I don't know. But we'll have to see, I guess. I hope it's this season because I don't want to have to wait until season 4. But maybe. I don't know. We'll just have to see. It's gonna be a question next episode, though, because he's there, you know? So, moving on. Tanjiro was out for 2 months. Goodness. That's a long time. You know, we had the 4-month time skip between the Mugen Train arc and the Entertainment District arc. But this is a 2-month time skip, but that's just Tanjiro recovering, basically, you know? Like, he was out for 2 months, which, again, thinking back on it, when he's, you know, just fighting Daki and he's like, oh, I'm out of strength and everything, and he kept going, you know? The fact that he just kept going with that is crazy, but yeah, but that was interesting. I like that. And now he's off to the Swordsmith. Well, he is at the Swordsmith village. I do like. I find it interesting when they mention that it's at least in their view at the village, it's Hagenezka's fault that the sword breaks so much, you know, which is interesting because part of it, you know, we've had is Tanjiro, you know, and he admitted in the last arc that, you know, his blade is getting chipped just because he's an inadequate swordsman, because he cannot master water breathing. But yeah, that's an interesting thing, that it might be Hagenezka. And where is he? You know, where is he? So we'll have to find out. But it's an interesting setting, definitely, and also just having these two Hashira here. The Mist Hashira, Muichiro, and the Love Hashira, what was her name? I'm going to have to figure it out. Love Hashira name, thank you, Google. Mitsuri Karoji. I'll try to nail the pronunciation on that. Mitsuri. That's the one I need to... What the fuck is the Divided Destiny wiki? Wait, what? I didn't even realize that's the first thing that came up. Wait, is this a wiki just about love? Divided Destiny. What does that mean? What is any of this? They have a page for Muzan, but I don't know what's happening. Is there an about page? I don't know what this is. Okay. If anyone knows what the Divided Destiny wiki page is, it apparently has a page for Mitsuri and Muzan Kibutsuji and Samurai Jack, I think. So, I just thought of the ultimate crossover. Can you imagine a crossover? Can we please, someone needs to do some sort of animation of Samurai Jack versus Muzan Kibutsuji or something, you know? I'll take any of the upper ranks or whoever. Oh my god, that'd be so amazing. I just want to rewatch Samurai Jack now. So yeah. So, Mitsuri. I love... You know, it's hilarious because we had the Mugen Train arc where, you know, we had to have Kyojuro saying, oh, the master gave his approval for Nezuko, so I will, you know, hold any objections, you know? And then at the end of that, he's like, you know what? She's alright. She fought with us. She's okay. And we kind of got the same thing in the Entertainment District arc where Uzui's like, oh, you know, so this is Nezuko. All right, very flashy way to demonize, but get her off the battlefield. She's going nuts, you know? And here, I love she doesn't even mention it. She didn't even say anything. I love she doesn't even say hi to Tanjiro. She just comes running at him, you know? She just comes running at him. running at him with her boobs about to fall out of her kimono, is crazy. And yeah, I just love she immediately just sees him and then complains to him, like, oh, someone up there was being mean, and it's like, are we friends? Do we know it? Wait, what? What's happening? It's like, okay, I guess we're friends. So that was funny. I enjoyed that. I like how they get along. I like how she was playing with Nezuko. I like that she just doesn't even care. She doesn't even question. She's just playing with Nezuko. I also just find it funny. I just find it funny that Nezuko will do whatever the animators want her to do, Like, she will be whatever you need her to be. You need her to be small and adorable and tickle her? That's entirely fine. You need her to have her big booby fight mode? She's got that too. It's whatever you need in the moment. Like, she can be scary and big boobied and thick, or small and tiny and cute, It's just, I don't know. But that was fun. But yeah, I enjoyed Mitsuri. I mean, when we first had all of the Hashira, I was kind of skeptical on a lot of them, And she was definitely the one I was really skeptical on, but she just seems like just a ditzy girl. I don't know. She's just, like, she's kind of goofy, but at the same time, I mean, she is kind of serious. I don't know. I would be interested in serious moments with her, I'm interested to see her fight, So yeah, that was interesting. And then we got, I think I just spat on my notebook. That's great. We learned there's a weapon here that will increase your strength, which sounds like bullshit to me. Like, seriously, it sounds like the Ultra Divine Water from Dragon Ball. I'm making a lot of Dragon Ball references again. Oh, well. But yeah, I'll be curious about that. We did also get Scarboy. I don't remember his name, and I don't really care because, again, it's like, I bet you now we're going to get moments of him being an endearing character, even though he was such a shit in that first episode, So, I don't know. But I do like Tanjiro just like, you know what? I'm going to get naked and we're going to have small talk, And again, speaking of Nezuko, it's like, yeah, you just need a quick scene, her just goofily floating through the water, So I'm glad that Nezuko got to relax into Nansen too. But I am also glad, and I feel like, I don't know, I feel like other anime would give you a moment where it's like, oh, but here's Nezuko in a hot spring, and it's like, no, I don't want that. I don't want that of Nezuko, Like call me when it's Shinobu or something, Which we didn't see Shinobu at all in this episode. That's kind of sad. I really like Shinobu. So, but yeah. But like we did get that with Mitsuri, so I guess that was our moment. And man, they showed a lot. There was not a lot left to the imagination with her, but yeah, it's like I don't really want that with Nezuko. I just don't like. She's definitely got that little sister / daughter vibe, and I don't want anything else. Like I don't. Yeah, that gets weird. So that gets weird. So I'm glad that it was just a quick little thing, and we're fine. Don't see nothing. Zenitsu's not here. Zenitsu, he would have died of a heart attack if he was here. Like he would not be able to handle. That's why he's not here. Is because if you're going to have Mitsuri, you cannot have Zenitsu, and if you're not going to have Zenitsu, you might as well not have Inosuke. Which, yeah, it seems like if we're not going to get them this arc, that does kind of suck because, they're great characters, but it's fine. It'll work out. So, yeah. We did also get Mitsuri talking about the reason she joined the Demon Slayer Corps was to find a husband. That sounds like a terrible idea because they could be killed. Like, were you going to go after Rengoku? Because he's out. And obviously, Uzui's already married. Uzui's probably the only one who's already married. I don't know. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't know about the other boys. But yeah. That's a very strange reason. But she's a Hashira, so I guess she must be good for something, you know? She must be of use as a Hashira, so I guess it's something. Hey, if it means killing demons, then we'll take it. And we've been going well over an hour at this point on the recording, so I think we can safely cut it here. I am already tired, and it's only the first video of the day, so good start to the season, to the arc, and I'm very curious to see where we are going from here. But that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those, that's what I say. There's a playlist for all of my Demon Slayer reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.